What's going on, you guys? For today's video, we have a restoration on these 2016 white cement Jordan 4s. These shoes are definitely beat up a little bit, they dirty, they've been worn, but that's the whole purpose of shoes, right? So let me go ahead and give these shoes another life, a restoration real quick. So like always, want to go ahead and take out the shoelaces. I'm actually not going to use these shoelaces anymore. I'm going to go ahead and toss them off to the side because I got some new shoelaces from Lace Lab. Shout out Lace Lab, they got all your shoelace needs. So check them out if you ever need some shoelaces. But this shoe is definitely beat up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and touch it up, take all the dirt marks off, and hit the netting up and show you guys how I do that. So first things first, you want to go ahead and get you some shoe cleaning solution or whatever you use to clean shoes. This is just what I use personally. I use one all-purpose medium brush. I have this little bowl that I stole from my mom that's part of her Tupperware, and then I pour some water in there and I mix it with the solution. You also want to use like a towel or some sort to like keep your area clean, because you don't want to splash water everywhere. So go ahead and hit yourself with a little 3-4 droplets of the solution. I'm running low, so I just kind of hit what I had left in it. Then you want to grab your brush and mix all the solution together with the water and start scrubbing on the shoe. And don't be afraid to actually hit the shoe with the brush. It's not going to damage the shoe unless it's like an older shoe, and you definitely want to take your time, be careful with it. But this shoe's still solid, it's not crumbling up, this you can go ahead and hit it hard with it. And then take everything out of the way, pull the tabs back, pull everything out the way that has dirt behind it. And then, like I said before, I like hitting the shoe with the hair dryer after I clean it, after I acetone it, so then that way I make sure it's completely dry for the next step. And then while I was doing that, I saw that the air unit, the air bubble, whatever you want to call it, was all cloudy. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how you make it uncloudy. I guess that's what you call it, uncloudy. You want to go ahead and apply heat to it, whether you have a heat gun or a hair dryer or a blow dryer. Just be careful with it, because you definitely don't want to burn the midsole, especially using the heat gun. Don't apply it directly onto the midsole. I did this with medium heat, so I was able to get a little closer, and then I put low heat when I got directly on it so I wouldn't burn it. But in a matter of seconds, you could see how much it's changed, I guess. You can see, look at that, it's like night and day. Off camera, I did it a couple more times because I didn't really like how it looked the first time. I knew it could be better. But yeah, let's get back to this restoration. Where I was working at was extremely hot, so I drank about like 6 of these water bottles. If you know what it is, congratulations, and if you don't, you're missing out, because that water is fire. That's that Nestle Splash, the acai grape. The only thing I don't like about it is they only sell them in 6-packs, but it's alright. Let's get back to this restoration though. So like always, you're gonna need a paintbrush, some either cotton rounds or cotton balls, some acetone or nail polish remover. And then for this specific restoration, I use Angelus flat white acrylic leather paint. Let me go ahead and focus this in for you guys. And like I said earlier, the prep work is 90% of the, or 90% importance to the job, I guess. How would you say it's basically important. If you don't prep the shoe properly, there's almost no point in continuing with the restoration or a custom. So I went and hit the shoe with acetone and acetone the areas that I was going to paint off. And I used the Q-tip for the back area, so I didn't get any of the acetone or the nail polish remover on the cement part of the shoe, because I definitely didn't want to make that paint and basically make more work for myself. So I went ahead and I dried the shoe off, and like I said earlier, hit the shoe with the blow dryer, make sure it's completely dry before I went to the next step. And these are actually my brother's shoes. He gave them to me about 6 months ago to go ahead and restore them for him. Been super busy, and I finally decided, you know what, let me go ahead and get him right again. So go ahead, take your paint. I like shaking it up so it's not all clumpy, and I just feel like it's a smoother and easier process when putting it onto the shoe. And then off camera, I hit the shoe a total about 5 to 7 times, but on camera I only hit it about 2 or 3. Then you want to go ahead, take your time, apply small layers of paint, light strokes. You don't want to make the paint all clumpy. And then, since it is, like I said, a lighter color, I hit it with 5 to 7 layers of paint. But just go ahead, take your time. And then right here, I noticed that, I don't know what my brother did to these shoes, but he scraped the side of them. And this is probably the hardest part of the restoration. It wasn't hard at all, but it was just the hardest part compared to the rest of the shoe. It definitely required the most layers of paint, so that way it would look more factory finish. But you just want to go ahead, take your time, hit it with some light layers of paint. Like I said, you don't want to make it all clumpy. Go ahead, hit it with a layer, dry it off, and then do it again. I also started an Instagram page strictly for like my shoe stuff. It's at ReallyRez1. That's ReallyRez1. There you could find more behind the scenes stuff, other shoes that I'm working on that I don't always make videos for. I have customs there that I've done. Go ahead, follow. Let me know what you guys think of my videos, or just give me general feedback and anything. If you have questions or you need help when you starting this restoration or custom process journey, and you have questions, go ahead, hit me up. I'll let you guys know. If I can help you guys, I'll do that. But yeah, you're gonna go ahead and take your time on the paint job, hit it with the blow dryer, and then I think, yeah, show you guys more of the paint work. Like I said, this is an easy process. It's an easy easy restoration, but it is very time consuming because you are painting white on white, so you need multiple layers of white. And this is when it's completely done being painted for the majority of like the base of the shoe. I'll just go ahead and do some touch-ups on the shoe. What areas that I need. I like giving myself I like overlooking, well not overlooking, but I like definitely going over my work and making sure everything's everything. I noticed right here in the back heel tab, hold on, let me get this in focus for you guys. I noticed in the heel tab that the stitching around the heel tab was all faded, and it just didn't look good. So especially in that area, and right here towards the front, where the leather overlaps each other. So I said, you know what, let me just go ahead and touch that up. And then I still gotta show you guys what I did to the netting. So you just want to take your time, like always. I barely have any paint on my brush. And then just take your time and hit it. If you don't feel comfortable freehanding, you could always use tape. I use a Scotch tape. I think it's painter's tape. It's like the cream tan one. I think it's masking tape. That's what it's called. But I've been doing this for a decent amount of time now that I feel comfortable doing it without tape. And I also don't like when the stitching on the shoe is already dirty when I do restorations or customs. So I definitely like going over the stitching on the shoe, so that way it looks more factory finished, and I feel like it just flows better with the restoration. And don't worry about if I got paint on the black eyelids. I went over it at the end off camera and painted those black again. So now for this part, my camera cut off, but basically I just grabbed paint and then painted the netting. I did light cut layers of it and then dried it off and then did it again. I think this one was about 3 layers of white to match the other sides of the shoe. Just hit it and then dry it off at the same time. This might not be the proper way of doing it, but I find it to be the fastest way and the most effective way. And this is what the shoes look like at the end. Let me know what you guys think. Go ahead, follow, subscribe, comment. Follow me at Instagram at ReallyRez. Peace.